into crime, and the governor says he did nothing wrong, but the attorney general says the governor did interfere with the bidding process in the ILO contract. Tonight, Peter Neronha explains the finding in the investigation and why he is not bringing charges. Good evening, I'm Patrice Wood.
I'm Gene Valicenti. The I-Team's Brian Crandall, live at the State House in Providence, where he's been trying to question the governor. Brian, he's on the radio with me tomorrow morning, but I know you're looking for him tonight.
Well, yeah, Gene, no sign of Governor Dan McKee here at the State House other than the state vehicle, as we've been trying to find him since about noontime to ask him questions. Meanwhile, Attorney General Peter Neronha today backed up the findings of a state police probe that McKee steered a state contract to a company with ties to his associates.
If there was a case here, we'd have brought it.
No clear evidence of bribery, so no crime. But the Attorney General, with the state police investigation report, found Governor Dan McKee got personally involved in awarding a $5 million schools contract to the ILO Group in 2021 after he became governor. The report details emails between McKee, the head of ILO, and a McKee advisor that had worked with the head of ILO. Investigators say they shaped the bid process. ILO was incorporated 2 days after McKee became governor. An email from the head of ILO called the process fixed, according to investigators. And investigators found McKee stepped in when a state bid review team was set to give the deal to another company. Some state officials told investigators McKee influenced the deal. And investigators found he also got free communications consulting from a company paid for by the associates with ties to ILO.
I don't think it's difficult to spot where at least the perception of what you're doing, it would cause the public to lose confidence in you. I was a little surprised, I guess, that with some of the ham-handedness here.
Here's what McKee told me in 2021.
It was a competitive bid process. Right from the word go, I don't get a say.
There's no inside track.
Oh my God. What don't people get?
Would you say what you found shows that he was not telling the truth?
Well, I think the report speaks for itself. And I think what the report, as we say in the report, that the governor plainly interfered in the bidding process.
McKee refused to talk to investigators, which he had a legal right to do, and he has not answered our questions over the past 2 days, though his team knows we're looking for him. The governor issued a statement yesterday saying the AG's findings show he did nothing wrong and called the investigation a waste of taxpayer money.
What's your response to that?
Well, I guess it depends, Brian, on how you define wrongdoing.
All right, and Neronha acknowledged his relationship with the governor is not very good, but said he could separate that from his work. Now, ILO, in a statement, also claimed that the Attorney General's findings show there was no wrongdoing on their part, and a federal investigation also appears to have wrapped up with no charges. Live in Providence, Brian Crandall, NBC 10 News.